I'm a deepfakes expert, and nowadays I have a hard time telling what is real from what is synthetic. For many years, I told people to prepare, don't panic, and I now wonder whether it's the time to panic. I'm Sam Gregory, and I lead a global organization called Witness, and our core purpose is to help protect our ability to believe what we see and hear. These are the reasons why we need to worry and why we need to act. Number one, AI detectors get it wrong. They're fallible, particularly in real-world circumstances. And let me give an example of that. In Iran, there was an image of a protester posed in what you might think of as a tank man pose. Think of that iconic image from Tiananmen Square. Someone had shot it at long distance. It's a blurry image. Then someone chose to enhance that image with AI, right? To make it clearer, to make it more shareable, to maybe understand the details more. As a result, what happened was that then triggered AI detection tools. And that can be weaponized by those in power. So what happens is they can instantly say, you saw that image of the tank man protester, or the protester sitting there? That was AI. You can't trust any of the other images from the protest. There was a fake image that circulated in Mexico. It's a fairly poorly, maybe photoshopped image of the former Mexican president López Obrador with El Chapo, the drug lord. It's not real. It's definitely fake. If you do some OSINT research, you can find the original it was edited from. Right? It's not hard to debunk it. But what happened was when this image started to get shared, people shared it and placed it in online deepfake detectors. And those online deepfake detectors came back saying, this is real, right? This is not AI. Again, we have this dynamic when we're trying to detect what's AI or not, that most of the detectors that you can easily access, the one you find at the top of a Google search, are a crapshoot. Number two, people with power exploit the public's understanding of AI. They claim something is AI when it's fundamentally impossible, and they use the excuse of AI to dismiss what's real. A good example, which we saw live in a press conference, was President Trump discussing an image that was challenged as AI. People said this didn't happen, of a rubbish bag, a trash bag being tossed out of a window at the White House. It was a real image. But during the press conference, President Trump mused to himself, well, perhaps I can say anything is AI.
If something happens that's really bad, maybe I'll have to just blame AI.
It is trivially easy to say something is made with AI, and it is actually rather hard to prove that something is real, or to prove that something wasn't made with AI, or to prove that if there are traces of AI, they are non-malicious. Number three, the guardrails aren't there. For things that we all know are wrong, like creating non-consensual sexual images of women, we've been shamefully slow to set the guardrails. The AI companies do not take their impact on our ability to believe what we see and hear as seriously as they need to. It feels like the impact of AI slop, as well as really critical deepfakes that try and shift elections or perspectives, or attack women in public life or private life, it feels like those videos are seen as collateral damage for a broader vision of AGI, a broader vision of a new marketing ecosystem. So the companies are not taking as seriously as possible, nor are regulators, the ability or the need to reinforce our ability to believe what we see and hear. Number four, it's hard to prove a negative. It's easy to claim something was made with AI when it wasn't, and to prove something is real takes more time than simply saying it was made with AI. Number five, AI is getting more realistic. It used to be possible to easily spot deepfakes with the naked eye. When they were first created in 2017, 2018, you would notice things like distortion in the hairline, distortion in the teeth. What we've seen since then is a progress in the technology that eliminates many of the clues, and also shifting techniques. In around 2018, a leading researcher, Siwei Liu, a professor now at the University of Buffalo, produced a really interesting paper about how you could spot deepfakes because they didn't blink with a regular cadence. Shortly afterwards, someone sent him a deepfake that blinked, because of course, When you see a problem like that and your vested interest is in improving the realism, well, you want to fix it, right? Like, there is a commercial interest in getting rid of these glitches. And that's the problem with all the ways we encourage individuals to spot it. They're about looking harder or listening harder. The clues go away, right? It's much easier now with audio to create naturalistic audio. It's much easier to create spatially consistent video. There is none of that blurring at the headline. People blink appropriately. Normally people don't have 6 fingers on their hands anymore. I think we have to be very careful about emphasizing individual vigilance. A, because it's not our fault that someone is pumping out counterfeit images and we're being encouraged to spot them one by one. And B, because it's really hard to do it with the naked eye. I get it wrong all the time. Number 6, it takes time to establish the facts. The fallibility of these detection models plays into the ability to weaponize people's doubts. Whether they work depends on the quality of the image, whether they were trained for the tool with which the image was created, whether they're trained on the types of media that are shared in, say, WhatsApp or TikTok. And the results get pumped out, and often they travel far faster than the fact check, or the media forensics result, or the OSINT investigation that shows very clearly, we know where this image came from, it was clearly photoshopped. Number 7, everything is questionable. Because we're surrounded by so much AI slop and have to make everyday decisions, should I believe that, should I trust that, does it matter? That places everything in doubt, including the stuff that really matters. There are winners and losers in the ability to make deepfakes. The winners on the AI company side, I don't think they see it really as the ability to make deepfakes. You know, the consumer usages, I think they're optimistic, there'll be ways they'll monetize it, but it's also part of this trajectory towards bigger goals, which is partly why they seem to care very little about the collateral damage. It's all part of a trajectory towards a bigger vision. There are very clear winners in things like the business scam area, right? Like, this makes it easier to fake people's voices, to create compromising images you can use to extort people, to create ads that impersonate individuals in the public sphere. So I think there are winners in the scam areas, and I think there are winners in people trying to do organized disinformation and misinformation. You know, it makes it easier to create realistic content you can misuse. It creates the ability to scale up operations. So there are some clear winners in particular business sectors. And if your business of choice is to make nudification apps, wow, this is a great business opportunity, which you shouldn't be allowed to pursue. The losers are us when we can't discern real from fake, right? When we can't discern real from synthetic, we're not able to agree on the building blocks of society, of justice, of accountability, of news. There's a really powerful Hannah Arendt quote that is so relevant to the time we're in now. A people that no longer can believe anything cannot make up its own mind. It's deprived of its capacity not only to act, but also its capacity to think and to judge. And with such a people, you can then do what you please. This quote means so much right now because of the way that AI and the fears and the realities of deceptive AI are being used to supercharge authoritarian power worldwide and to reinforce who gets trusted, who gets heard.
This is the 3rd episode of a series from the Bureau of Investigative Journalism. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to know when the next episode drops, and you can support independent investigations like this by going to tbij.com/support and becoming a member today.